Welcome to Curious Awakenings, where we wonder how magic and kindness connect. I'm Rama, and
I'm Emily.
And we are going to talk about what today, Emily? What's our scintillating topic?
This is a big one today, at top of mind for both of us. We're going to talk about airtime in conversation, how to make sure there's balance between two people when having a conversation. Why did we pick this topic, Rama?
Oh, because we axed one of our episodes because I might have been talking a little too much and not listening enough. And I'm still working on it, still a journey.
And I might have been not speaking up, not holding the space for myself that I wish I had. I had this moment watching it being like, Emily, what are you doing?
I did too. I was cringing. It's like, Rama, shut the F up. Let her talk, will you please?
And I was watching myself being like, Emily, why didn't you say something? So I think all of that is to say, we're so grateful to have this platform that allows us the chance to reflect and to grow and to make some different choices when it comes to having conversations.
Amen.
Right? Oh my gosh, the things we've learned about ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so we can hopefully listen twice as much, if not more, than we talk. And I was having this topic with someone recently. We were talking about listening and talking, and he said, yeah, one of the CEOs said, where I used to work, said, listen, talk. I thought that was simple yet profound.
I love that.
Yeah.
It is so simple. Yeah.
So I'm going to work on listening today.
Yeah, and I'm going to work on trying my very best to speak. And I want to say, I think we talked about this, and you said maybe not so much true for you, but I find I'm a little bit slower to speak. It takes me a little bit more time to get things out. You're pretty quick, right? Things come readily. And sometimes it takes me a little bit longer. So I think trying, here I am, slow, it's like pulling it out of my mouth like molasses, right? Trying to work on getting the stuff out, not having what I call affective filters. These filters that prevent us from saying what we need to say because of fear of criticism. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can I ask you a question about that?
Please.
I was going to ask, do you feel like some filters are holding you back or slowing you down?
Yeah, definitely.
What filters?
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I think certainly wanting to be liked, not wanting to rock the boat, wanting to please, wanting to be safe, all of those things are certainly at play. A fear of making a mistake, right? And I think to some degree, some of these are helpful in little doses. I have a friend who's a psychologist who talks about how shame is like salt. We need it, but just a very little bit.
Ooh.
Just a little sprinkle.
Right, and remorse, shame, remorse. And they say those criminals who don't have it are somehow psychopathic or sociopathic, right? As far as the criminal element of people.
Yeah.
Oh, they had no remorse, so they had no shame after they committed that crime.
Yeah.
Where most of us would have shame or remorse about doing something wrong.
Yeah. I think a little bit of shame, the right amount of shame, allows us to stay part of the herd, part of the human culture, society.
Without being sheep. We don't want to be part of the sheep herd.
We don't want to be sheep,
we don't want to be a sheep.
We don't want to be sheep, but it allows us to not be totally isolated, lonely, disconnected, right? A little bit of shame helps us stay, I think, part of human. Yeah.
Human and connected.
But too much shame.
And compassionate.
Yeah. But too much shame also can ostracize us, can make us, it puts up the walls around us that makes us feel unworthy or bad.
Which could
somehow
keep us from expressing.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
as efficiently or eruditely or maybe as quickly as we might need to or want to, especially if you're around someone who talks as much as I do. I do love to talk, but I love to listen. I love when I learn, and I've been thinking about this a lot. Being wrong or being misconcepted, when I'm wrong or have a limited view about something, when I've learned something to enhance that or to expand that, or when I'm just plain out wrong. It's like, wow, I love it. I might possibly get a little defensive, possibly at first. That's human nature. But bottom line, I don't mind being wrong, because that's when I'll learn stuff and grow.
What do you find is the magic context that allows you to move past that bristliness that first creeps up, I think, for most of us when we are told? What helps you kind of move through that into a place of appreciation or that growth that you mentioned?
I'd have to think of a specific example.
Yeah. I'm curious because I think it's something that I'm striving
maybe
for too.
Maybe it's just becoming more comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
As as comes with the years, comes with maturity, comes with vintage. We just we stop worrying so much about what people think.
Yeah.
And we're more comfortable in our skin, and then it can roll off us maybe a tad bit quicker. We can get to the juice of life, which is, okay, new information, okay, growth, okay, that's fun, that's exciting. Wow, all right, I hadn't seen it that way.
Yeah. So I suppose as we continue to shift into our topic of balanced airtime, let's chat about some cues that we might look out for in our partner in conversation that would perhaps give us an indication that we've taken up a little more than our fair share. What do we notice from someone else that'll allow us to pause? I can go first if you want. Or if you want to go first, by all means.
I want you to go first.
Okay.
But I don't want to forget us to do the talk about the attention span thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do we want to get into that real quick?
Yeah, let's share that.
And it's real quick. So my homework, as we prepped for this show, my homework was to research what's the average person's attention span in 2025. So I put that into Google, just that exact question, and it came back and it said 8 seconds. I didn't scroll down all the different options or comments, whatever. I just said, oh, okay, I took it verbatim. Maybe there's a little bit more information out there that we may want to research. There's folks out in the audience who might be scientists about this particular topic. Feel free to leave a comment. But I shared this with you, right? Yeah. 8 seconds. 8 seconds is the average attention span of a human being in the year 2025. And I think I noticed that it said somewhere like a while back, not too far ago, 10, 15 years ago, it was 12 seconds or something like that.
Interesting.
Did you find that surprising?
I don't find it particularly surprising given the kind of rapid fire nature of a lot of the content we consume. But knowing that, I think, can help us engage with each other in more powerful and impactful ways. Right? We're not going to shift the attention span overnight, but we can hold space for each other and make sure that we're having back and forth in a way that keeps us all engaged. Yeah. So thanks for sharing that. I appreciate you looking that up.
I was kind of shocked. I'm hoping that our attention spans are really longer than that. I don't know, because if I'm going to read something, I don't know. It could be 12 minutes. I guess, and this is an average, and this could vary depending on what activity we're doing. So we're reading a book. If we're studying for an exam or whatever, might it be 20 minutes? But to think someone is going to watch this show for the whole 30 minutes, is that a big ask?
It might be.
To think that we're going to hang in there and listen and go back and forth for 30 minutes. Is that a big ask?
Yeah, it might be. And it's interesting to consider that attention span. When does it reset? Does it reset when there's a change in speaker? Does it reset when there's a shift in posture? Does it reset, right? There's so many nuances that probably are hard to measure, but we're thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and a big part of that 8 seconds, the attention span probably has gone down and down and down. Of course, is I don't have it with me, and you don't have yours with you. Is that thing? What's that thing called? I don't know.
Rama, if you get on your soapbox
I'm not getting on my
about your
soapbox
tech again.
No. I'm not getting on the soapbox.
'Cause think
I
about-
would love to get on the soapbox for a whole show, by the way. Emily was going to say, Rama, do it alone. I know. But I'd love to. Mark, can I do a show alone just about gadgetry? No,
Rama, where do you
wait.
think people are watching our show, Rama?
Oh, they're not watching it on cable TV? They're not sitting
They're
in their living
watching
room?
it on their gadgets if
All
they're
right.
watching it at all, my friend.
All right, but I'm just making the point that because of gadgetry, our attention spans have gone down. That's it. Am I right or am I right?
It's probably true.
Probably true.
It's probably true. Okay.
All right. Thank you for being on your gadgets and watching this show, everybody.
Yes.
And thank you for
Appreciate
watching
you.
for more than 8 seconds. I've had people watch, I watched 12 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, okay, back to the idea of cues that we can pick up in conversation that help us know when we've taken up a little bit more than our fair share of airtime.
Yeah. Did I take up more of my fair share of time just then?
No, I think you're crushing it.
Yeah. All right.
You're doing great.
You too.
Oh, sorry.
How we doing, folks?
Okay. What are cues that you've noticed in conversation that make you perhaps
Realize,
pause?
that I might have been talking too much.
Yeah.
Lot. I think we're both aware people, and we're both in tune with subtle cues. The subtle cues are shifts in posture.
Yeah. Shifts in
The
posture.
subtle cues are looking away,
Sometimes
looking
I will
down.
like physically back up.
Ah, yes, that's a subtle cue. It's hard to know when someone's really good at being present, but their cue is so subtle that is that really a cue? Like you and I are pretty good at being present. Maybe we're pretty good at pretending to be present. Or, you know what I mean? Not pretending, I don't know if that's the right word, but doing our best to really, really stay present with that person and listen and listen and listen. But because of human nature, we may be pulled away, but we're still looking, making eye contact. Maybe we haven't shifted, but are we really still paying attention? But that notwithstanding, there's subtle cues. You know,
Yeah.
if someone's looking down at their watch, looking down at the
Yeah.
gadget, and watches now sometimes have texty stuff and things on them. So that's just not a subtle cue. That's a sledgehammer cue. You know, if someone looks away, looks at their gadget while we're having a conversation, that's basically done. All right, shut up. Ask a question.
Ask a question. I was going to say, I don't think it necessarily means that you have to.
No, I know. So that doesn't mean the conversation's over or that
Yeah.
the volley is over, getting back to that whole tennis metaphor thing, but it means pause, let them talk, ask the question, be curious, stay curious, and ask the question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they, you know.
I think being present, really trying our very best to engage, will help us pick up on those little hints. The flick of the wrist, the checking of the phone, the eye contact wandering away.
Yeah, the looking at the going to look at their calendar book or whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah.
That's not a subtle cue.
Yeah.
Because a lot of cues aren't subtle; they're just blatant.
Yeah.
But some of them are more subtle.
Some of them are more subtle.
And if we can get better at picking those up, we can get better at being a great communicator.
Yeah. I found sometimes it's hard. I've been in conversation with folks who like to talk, right? And whether it's a deep desire to share what's in them, right? They just
Out of
really want
excitement.
an excitement. Or I think sometimes it can be a discomfort, actually, and a desire to connect. And the more the other person expresses those subtle cues that they're starting to bow out, they're starting to disconnect, the more that other person tries to reclaim the attention, tries to, repeats what they're saying, tries to pull them back in. And it's this dynamic that becomes unproductive for both, right? There's a person very much trying to connect by speaking, and then the other person who's feeling steamrolled and is backing out. Yeah.
It's kind of like physics.
It's
It is a
physics.
natural physics thing. It's the push-pull.
Exactly.
It's that person still wants to, it's like a fishing,
Exactly.
trying to reel them in,
Yeah.
even though they've left the hook. Oh, that's a good metaphor.
It's a good metaphor. Yeah. And I think
Analogy, yeah.
the cool thing is that either party can change the dynamic. Either person has that within them to shift it to be a more positive, equal give and take, right? So again, the person who's doing a lot of the verbal communication, ask a question.
Ask a question.
Yeah.
Did you, when I went to write down that note, did you think that was a subtle cue of me not paying attention?
No.
Okay, because we
Was
talked
it?
about that. No, it wasn't,
Yeah.
because you mentioned the word, or I mentioned the word, one of us mentioned the word excitement, and I just wanted to get back to that. But for the viewers, some of the viewers might have thought, oh, Rama just went to his book. Was he not paying attention to Emily? You know that that's not my modus operandi, and we've talked
Yeah.
about that in other shows, and just you and I personally. It's my way of staying present with Emily, with anyone. I have my little notebook, and I'll write a note so I can stay present and get back to a thought that I had without having to interrupt and get to my thought. I can get back to it later.
I
The
love
word I
that
wrote down.
strategy.
Thank you. The word I wrote down was excitement. Because when I share and want to talk, it's out of excitement.
Yeah.
It's out of wanting to share myself.
Yeah.
But one of the books that's helped me the most in this whole communication thing, and we've talked about it before, I'll mention it again, is the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which really should be called How to Be a Kind Human. It's not about how to win friends, it's not about selling anyone anything. Although they do talk about that kind of strategy. In order to be a good salesperson, you have to be a good person. You have to be a good listener. That's it. Not a good talker. So How to Be a Kind Human has helped me in communications. And just experience has helped me. Just learn. Talk a little less. Talk a little less, listen a little more. Ask more questions. That's it. Talk less, listen more, ask more questions.
It sounds so simple, right?
Doesn't it?
It's not. It's not
What do
always. And it's not always easy.
What do you look for in the cues, or what do you notice in subtle cues about people when they're disengaging, or you might be wondering if they're disengaging?
I think the first thing I look for is eye contact. I think that tends to be where we wander first. I could be wrong, but in my experience, when that starts to go,
Okay.
I start to feel like, okay, it's time for me
Okay.
to volley back.
All right. Even though some people might not be that comfortable doing the intent, continual eye contact.
I certainly don't expect or demand.
Right. Okay.
Right.
You put that into the
But
equation.
I factor that in.
Yeah. Factor that in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. We've talked a lot about if you're the one doing the talking in the moment, how to gauge your partner in conversation's response, how to be mindful of them, be present for them, to look for opportunities to volley back. I think it's also worth talking about if you're the one who's listening, who's being the sort of recipient of the conversation, but you have something you want to say, how to gracefully insert yourself in the conversation.
Oh, okay. How do you do
How
that?
to gracefully take up air.
Yes. How do you do, or how are you learning, working on doing that? Because you mentioned at the beginning of the show how you wished you could do better at it.
Yeah.
What are you doing to get better at that?
Man, so this is a big challenge for me. And I think I have trouble doing it verbally. I have trouble inserting myself verbally into a conversation. But I think just saying the other person's name, right? If you were to be, saying something and I'm excited to share, to saying Rama.
Yeah, that gets my attention.
It gets your attention.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that we using our name gets attention. Our favorite word is our name.
It's our name.
To people. Emily.
It feels so good
Yeah.
to hear your name said.
Yeah, and I don't. Emily, you're right. Not that you talk too much.
Sometimes, I'm sure.
Sometimes I have to assert myself.
Yeah.
And maybe I've had I have a few more years around the sun, so maybe I have more practice at it. Maybe it just comes with my comfortableness in my skin as I grow and gain years. Yeah, that will help with me.
Yeah.
Rama.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh. Oh, you're here too? Well, you want to say something? This isn't just my stage.
But it's
Share it.
still
No, I know.
acknowledging
of course.
your counterpart in conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rama. There's a way to say it kindly. There's
Yes.
a way to say it lovingly. There's
And
a
you
way.
you do pretty much everything kindly and lovingly.
Oh. Well,
So even though you might wonder if you are going to come across brusquely, I think it would be very challenging for you to come across brusquely. That would be kind of fun to do, you know?
That would be fun.
Your inner brusque. Maybe sometime we'll have a whole show about that.
I love that
Yeah?
idea.
Get the brusqueness out of Emily.
Yeah. I'll step into my wicked witch.
Yeah? Ooh. And get the tenderness out of Rama. Ooh. It's in there.
It's in there.
And the brusqueness is in there.
I know.
I would hate to like get to you to the point of losing your temper, because the people who are so kind and you know have it all together, those are the ones we got to watch out for. If they blow their top, so if you ever blew your top, that could be a dangerous situation.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that. So I do find that what sometimes happens in conversation, I'm thinking specifically text conversation, and perhaps you can empathize with this.
Well, yeah.
Not losing my temper, but finding, like, when I scroll back through the conversation, it's like, it's all me. And it's another way of taking up airtime, right? It's in writing. But it's like, I've said so many things, and then I'm not getting I'm not getting it back.
I know.
Right?
I know how that feels.
And it's partly me taking up more than my fair share of airtime. I think that's part of it. But it's also, what else is it? It's
Airtime. Say it again. Please.
It's taking it's me taking up more than my fair share of airtime in those exchanges where it's like me.
And may I
Please.
interject? Emily, may I interject? Might it be?
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
It's me giving more energy to it. Well, I guess when I find that I'm upset by it after the fact, like disappointed that I'm not getting the same back
Yes,
from that person.
that's the thought I had, the wondering I had. I was just trying to find the right words to ask you that.
When I find I'm disappointed, it means I'm not able to be detached from the outcome. So that's a me thing.
You want them to respond more. You want more from them.
I want more from them, but
Yes.
I can't control that.
Nope.
I can't control
Nope.
that, right? So what I can reflect on is, I think in this exchange I gave more than I should have given. I gave more than I should have given.
Yes.
And now I'm disappointed that I'm not getting back the same degree.
Yes.
So what do? I'm going to pause. I'm going to take a look and reflect on the imbalance here, and I'm going to try some new dance moves. I'm going to
Yeah.
shift my approach.
Yeah.
Because this isn't working for me.
We talked about that in episode 7.
That's right.
Learn to dance
Learn
instead
to
of playing
dance.
games
That's right.
with ourselves or others.
Yeah.
Yes.
So while in conversation, perhaps I'm more inclined to take a back seat. In text, I find I perhaps share too much.
Oh, that's an interesting dynamic.
Isn't it?
An interesting dichotomy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dichotomy, what a great word. I often try to find that word.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect vernacular here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A dichotomy of texting. Maybe you text more than the other person. Talking, maybe you talk less. I think we have a good equal. We have a good equal back and forth. Generally, when I'm not talking too much. Yeah, thank you. You're doing great. But yeah, the whole texting too much. Oof.
Yeah. So it's something that I'm going to be
Not
trying.
getting enough back to fill our coffers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
or that
means-
they're equally meeting us, and they may nothing to do with them. Maybe they're at work. They're they're busy.
Yeah.
I don't know what. We
Yeah.
can't Right, we
Can't
can only
control
control how we act and how we
react.
respond. And
Exactly.
hopefully not react, but I try not to react to
that's
things so
true.
much, but to
a good
take the
point.
time, maybe even pause to respond if necessary.
Yeah.
You know, the whole react. And I think family is a great breeding ground and practicing ground for react or respond. To push our buttons and we want to react, defend ourselves or whatever. We can chill, we can take that all in, come up with a reasonable response that satisfies everyone, that satisfies, that asserts ourselves and sticks up for ourselves if necessary, and, you know, continues a positive interaction,
Ronald,
connection. Yes.
I wonder, what if we talk about some other ways that we can gracefully claim airtime?
Yes, please.
I'm
Do
thinking
you have ideas?
a gentle touch.
Yes. Yes. Oops, I wasn't so gentle. My touches aren't.
Right, but like
Yeah.
a gentle touch.
Yeah,
And
I like
you,
that.
you know your audience, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Some people
we're at the
don't
point,
want-
like, you know,
yes.
right? Respect your.
It's a bare
respect your-
skin. You touched my bare skin.
Was that okay?
No, you didn't ask for permission.
No. Was that okay?
That was great for me. It was good for me. How was it for you? Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. The
got-
first time wearing
I
shorts.
got
By
you
the
to
way,
listen for a moment.
These are real short shorts, folks. I am wearing pants, by the way. What? I'm not naked under the.
But yes, I think a gentle touch
Yes.
can kind of like bring focus back, can help gracefully claim airtime.
Like you said, using the name, person's
Yeah,
name.
using the name. I think also so much of what happens in the interchange can be set up before you even get to the conversation.
What do you mean? Can
So,
you say more?
for example, if you're trying to take up space, if you're trying to speak your truth, I think your body, your posture can set the stage for you. So being big, being ready to take up space physically will allow you to take up airtime. What do you think about that?
Yes. Yes, I think that's spot on. And we both do yoga, we both work out, we both are in our bodies, so it's fairly commonplace for us to have an erect posture and to have a good posture and to be strong in our countenance, I think.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
I do find I shrink.
do you sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes maybe just want to relax and chill. You notice I'm kind of sitting at the front of my seat. I'm not,
Yeah.
you know, these seats are pretty good for staying erect, by the way. You know, they're not slouchy seats. They're not, you know, it's like a couch you fall into and it's like,
How many
well,
times are you going to say that word?
the word erect? As many as I can, you know? Especially when I use it in the proper vernacular, you know? I'm just dropping it indiscriminately. It's like,
It's a fun word.
yeah,
it's a fun word.
Oh, it's a fun word. One of my favorites. Top 5. Well, we'll have to get into favorite words. Linguistics. Oh, your brother is a linguist.
Yeah.
When
We'll
we have
chat with
guests
him
on.
soon.
Yeah, yes. Oh, so
Well, we're
airtime. Airtime. I think we're running out
I
of
think
airtime.
we're running out of airtime. I think this is a
is
great
that- is
time
that
to
a
wrap
wrap?
us up. Yeah. You want to sign us off, Rama?
Thank you, everybody, for watching Curious Awakenings, and hope you join us next time.